Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, and it's version 1.3 time for Le Mans Ultimate. A new car-ish, a new track, plus a raft of other changes. Now on the surface, this update might not look as significant as version 1.2. However, there's still a lot to get our teeth into, so stick around and we'll do just that. So we'll start with the disclaimer. Studio 397 kindly granted me early access to version 1.3 and all the content that comes with it, so I got chance to make this video a little early. However, they have not seen this video, they have no control over anything I say, and I will say exactly what I feel, like I always do. Let's start with the price. For £8.99, that's around about €10, $12, you'll get the final LMP3 and the Circuit de Catalunya. Fantastic track. Now personally, I'd imagine that that's the reason most of you are interested in version 1.3, so let's have a look at the track and the car in action. Here we go. You join me for a lap of Catalunya on Le Mans Ultimate. The track is modelled fantastic. In the setting sun here, it looks magnificent, and you're about to see a bang average lap around this circuit in the new LMP3. Rear of the car just complains ever so slightly there in the change of direction. Have to be patient. Patience on the throttle. Through the long right-hander. But the car's nicely balanced. Feels good. Nice front end. Little complaining on the rear, but it's okay as long as you're mindful of it. Downhill braking for this next left-hander. A little bit too early on the brakes there, but we'll try and rotate the car on the throttle, which we managed to do. Always catches me out now, this S. Carry too much speed in, that's not too bad. Once again, watch the car on the change of direction. Fourth gear now for the fast right-hander. We're just a tenth up. Try and get in the 36s. As you can see, it's taken me 14 laps to basically get me head around this combo. That corner's been reprofiled for some time now, but my brain still remembers it as it used to be. Too many laps on Gran Turismo, Formula 1 games. Little lift there, we're not going through the Mickey Mouse chicane, which is good. Can we brake into the 36s? I think we can, just. We have indeed 36.9s. We're expecting 34s from the fast lads. So after driving a few laps, what are my thoughts on the car and the track? Well, we'll start with the car. It's exactly the quality that you've come to expect from Studio 397. It's modelled extremely well, the texture work, details, looks fantastic. In terms of the engine notes, well, it's got the same engine as the other LMP3s, so unsurprisingly, it sounds exactly the same. So if you like the LMP3 sound, you'll like the sound here. And that's a little bit of the flavour of the car in general. It's an LMP3. If you like the LMP3s, you'll like this car. If you're not sold on the LMP3s, well, this isn't going to change your mind. It feels virtually the same as the other two LMP3s that came before it. Now this is not a bad thing, not for a second, but I am just saying that it's not going to change your LMU experience driving this new LMP3. So what about the track, the Circuit de Catalunya? For me, it's by far the star of the update. The way it looks is absolutely fantastic. Bear in mind, the first time I ever drove around Catalunya, it looked like this. Now, it's absolutely incredibly detailed. It's completely up to date and it's absolutely brilliant to drive. If you like Catalunya, you will love this rendition. And personally for me, if there's one area that Le Mans Ultimate falls short at this moment in time, it's track variety. So more tracks are always welcome. Now they might not be new tracks, but we do get new layouts. Silverstone, for example, gets the international and the national circuit. And Paul Ricard is also shown some love, which now has a grand total of 5 layouts. Not only that, but Portimao, Imola and Spa also get 44 car grids. Personally, love that, think it's brilliant. Big grids always make for some excellent racing. So what else has been added? Well, they've added true force and haptic force feedback. So if you've got a Logitech wheel, your force feedback should now be better. Non-Logitech users also get a vibratactile feedback option. However, when I used this on my Simucube 2 Pro, all I got was a load of unwanted vibration, so I very quickly turned it back off again. So I'm afraid for me, on the Simucube 2 Pro, it's not an option that I'll be using at this time. So the next thing to talk about is performance improvements. Now, there's been some changes to the back end, which means that the UI is supposed to be a bit snappier. In all fairness, I didn't notice anything different, but I didn't think that the UI was unresponsive to start with. The one thing that I did notice was the load times. They were much improved. I run the game on an NVMe SSD, and I could definitely feel a difference in the load time. It was much snappier, so that's a welcome improvement. In terms of other little fixes, there's simply too many to list. The patch notes contained over 100 fixes, so more and more little bugs are getting squashed all the time. So there you go, that's my little look at version 1.3 and the content contained within. So what's my thoughts? Well, the LMP3 is a nice car to drive. It's a little bit like Gran Turismo, do you know where you'd get like 50 versions of a Skyline and they weren't very different? It kind of feels a bit like that. If you love LMP3s, you'll love this car. Personally, I like an LMP3, so it was a nice addition, but I wouldn't say it's going to set the world on fire. The track is the star of the show for me when it comes to version 1.3. More variety is what I was looking for, so Catalunya is a very, very welcome addition, not to mention the other track layouts for Silverstone and Paul Ricard. After that, we have the performance improvements, the loading time improvements, as well as the bigger grids for the likes of Spa, Portimao and Imola. Personally, I think those are really, really good additions. In terms of the update itself, I'd say that it's more evolution than revolution, but Le Mans Ultimate is in such a good place now really when you think about it, that revolutionary changes to tyre models and things like that, they're not really required anymore. We're already in a good place. So I think evolution is what we can expect from now on. I'm going to buy the Content Pack 3 because I think it's worth it for the track alone. If I wanted to buy one track on iRacing, that's 15 quid. For £9 here, I get a car and a track, which for me is much, much better value. So there you go, that's a quick look at version 1.3 of Le Mans Ultimate. If you like what I do on the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button, as it would help me out massively, and a huge thank you to everyone that already has. I could not do this without you. So off you pop, get version 1.3 downloaded, get Catalunya purchased, and I'll see you on track this week. As always, I've been the Reverend. Thank you very much for watching.